Good afternoon.
My lord, a humble request, my lord, one case, my lord.
Yes, yes, yes.
My lord, serial number 41, my lord. Only no today, my lord, because my personal difficulty, my lord.
Why, what is the difficulty?
My lord, my cousin brother expired, my lord, हुजूर
This is sign
कल
of
का
time.
हाँ हुजूर जो भी हो डिफेक्ट रिमूव कर देते हैं हुजूर इसको जो भी हो जो हमको जानना था इसलिए हुजूर
जाना था.
जी
First case, let it be called out as the first
जी
case.
माय लॉर्ड माय लॉर्ड
Got 41, serial number
Serial
41.
number 41, BN number 16492 of 21. With the legal issue of our petitioner.
हुजूर इसको इसमें वो जो डिफेक्ट रिमूव करने के लिए हुजूर कर दिया जाता है
Let's see. Mr. Manoj Mishra, APP. Let's see what are the defects.
Two defects are there. Duly certified and duly typed copy of the given copy of page number 18.
Defects ignored. Call for the case diary along with the antecedent reports.
लाइक माय लॉर्ड
Yes, all the list.
Serial number 1. Under the heading horrific defect, serial number 1, BN number 16436 of 21. Mr. Vishal Kumar, Mr. Indrajit Sinha.
Yes, my lord, there is a defect notes which we are not able to ascertain what is exactly the defect. Let's say para 4, maybe the narration of the FIR may not appear to be correct to the stamp report.
Statement waiting subpara 4.
Paragraph 4 is a 3-page long paragraph, my lords. That is the FIR, translation of the FIR, which exactly.
Defects ignored for the presence. Next para. Call for the case diary and the antecedent report of this petition.
Right.
Serial number 2, BN number 16437 of 21. Mr. P.S. Dayal, Mr. Sujay Dayal for the petitioner.
Lordship, I am appearing in this case, Lordship.
Yes.
One defect.
The defect, the small defect, Lordship, that may be ignored, Lordship. It's only say that the Aadhaar card of the deponent is not fairly level. That's the only thing.
What was the Mohit Prakash's case number yesterday?
Lordship, yesterday the case was 16203 of 21.
One
Lordship,
six.
yes, Lordship, if your Lordship permit, I would like to submit something, Lordship, because his case and my case is a bit different. His defense was that he is a business partner of that person, Akashdeep. In my case, Lordship, my submission, Lordship, is that I was working with Akashdeep, that he has also said, if your Lordship permits, I would like to read the statement of that
Let
Akashdeep.
it be along with that. Let it be along with that case.
Lordship, 1 minute.
Yes.
The case has been committed now and police papers have been supplied to me. I have the copy of the statement of this Akashdeep. He has said that I was working with him, there
Let
was money due,
let
and
this case be listed along with
BA number 16203 of 21.
16203 of
21.
21, in which case diary has already been called for.
Okay.
Serial number 3, BN number 16438 of 21. Mr. Amit Kumar Chobe, Mr. Abhay Kumar Chaturvedi.
Yes, Lordship, I am appearing in this case, Lordship. This is an application registered for the offense under Section 376 of the Indian Penal Code and Section 45 of POCSO Act, Lord. From the FIR, it appeared that the 1 year prior to the petitioner, it is alleged that petitioner committed rape upon the informant, Lordship. But on that day, the FIR was no. After 1 year, the informant went, petitioner called the informant. She went there, and when they were talking, the persons of nearby.
Call for the case diary, allow full stop. The court below will transmit a copy of the statement of the victim recorded under section 164 CRPC. Defects ignored for the present.
BA number 4, BA number 16444021, Mr. J.M. Upadhyay, Corporate Petitioner.
Your Lordship, I am appealing comment in.
Yes.
May I
Yes, Lord. This out of court will be submitted, Lord, ki this other co-accused in BA number 1638621 will call for case diary and today, my Lord, and injury report.
Case number
Case number 16386, my Lord.
16386. List this case along with BA number 16386 of 2021,
Yes, my Lord.
in which case diary has already been called for. Defect ignored.
Obliged.
oblige?
Serial number 5, BA number 16441 of 21, Mr. Vikas Kumar.
Your Lordship, perhaps there are some defects, Your Lordship.
May be stated as para 20.
Para
20 number. NCRA number. May be stated as para 20.
Yes. Brown sugar.
Your Lordship, the case diary may be called for in this matter, Your Lordship. There's some defects, Your Lordship. I'll remove the defects also in the meantime, Your Lordship.
Ignored. There is no defect. There is no defect.
Your Lordship, the petitioner is in custody since 3rd of March 2021. Approx 1.
Charge has already been framed.
Yes, approx 1 year, Your Lordship. He's in custody.
Trial will be concluded. Just wait.
Your
and see.
Lordship, the case diary may be called for, Your Lordship, so that the stage of the case may be ascertained, Your Lordship.
Not necessary. Okay,
Well, let's have a
this
view of
is
Your Lordship.
and others. The brown sugar was recovered.
Approx small quantity, Your Lordship.
13.79 grams of.
No, Your Lordship, from the position of this petitioner, 5 grams have been recovered. As specifically stated, Your Lordship.
Just a minute. From the from petitioner and others, total 90 packets of brown sugar weighing 13.79 gram was recovered. Full stop. It is the next part. It is the case of the petitioner that from the position of the petitioner, 5 grams.
5.04.
5.04 gram was recovered. Full stop. He submits that the quantity is very small and the petitioner is custody for more than a year, for nearly a year.
3rd March 2021.
For nearly a year. That is from 3rd March 2021. Full stop. Next part. After hearing the counsel for the party and after going through the record, I find that charge sheet has already been submitted and in this case, and charges are yet to be framed, and 7 witnesses needs to be examined in this case. Considering the nature of allegation and the material which has been recovered, I am not inclined to grant bail to the petitioner. Rejected. Full stop. Next para. The trial court is directed to frame charge against the petitioner and immediately proceed with trial and conclude the trial on a time-bound manner. Full stop. The IO will produce the witnesses on the day which the trial court will fix, on the date which will be fixed by the trial court.
Why, Your Lordship?
BA number 16443 of 21.
Don't worry, the trial will be concluded. I will see that the trial concludes.
Much obliged, Your Lordship.
Yes.
There are 4 defects. Petition number 1, name and disease Wakalapana does not tally with page number 1. We believe that the right of right that is contained from page 1625
Page number 1.
Petitioner number 1 unit and his name
Unit. Mandal. Defect ignored. Yes, what is this?
Your Lordship, offences under section 414, 419, 420, IT Act, Your Lordship.
CD antecedents.
Your Lordship, much.
Serial number 7, PA number 16444 of 21, Mr. Abhishek Singh, Mr. Nazimuddin. For
My lord, I
the
appeal for petitioner, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, there are 3 defects, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, first defect is the state of deponent of affidavit has not been stated, my lord. At page 10, my lord. Only district has been stated, state has not been mentioned, my lord. That is one defect. Second is, my lord, type copy of handwritten pages.
What is this case about?
My lord, case is under section 341, 323, 307, 34 of IPC and Arms Act. My lord, allegation against the petitioner is that petitioner was going in a car which was being driven by a lady, my lord. Petitioner is driver. So there was a scuffle with 2 other persons, one of whom is informant, my lord, and thereafter petitioner made a phone call, my lord. After a scuffle, 3 persons came. Out of them, 1 person had fired bullets on the informant, my lord, due to which he sustained gunshot injuries, my lord. Allegation is that, my lord, they had come on a telephonic call being made by petitioner, my lord.
You are in custody since?
My lord, custody since 7/10/2021, my lord. 7th October 2021, my lord.
Look at how the counsel for the petition, how the counsel for the state. It is alleged that the vehicle in which the petitioner was riding scratched scratched a scooty which was parked. Full stop. The owner of the scooty confronted this petitioner. Now, the driver of the vehicle, when this petitioner stepped down from the car and started assaulting, started some quarrel with the owner of the scooty, and thereafter he made a phone call when his associates came, and one of the unknown associate fired upon the informant in his head with a country-made pistol. Full stop. From the aforesaid early next para. The counsel for the petitioner submits that admittedly the petitioner has not used any firearm. The petitioner is in custody since
7/10/2021, para 1, my lord.
7/10/2021, and charge sheet has already been submitted.
My lord.
Stop. Considering the fact that charge sheet has already been submitted and the allegation of using firearm is not against the petitioner, I'm inclined to release the petitioner 10,000 to sureties with a condition that he will appear in before so and so police station once a month.
All right, my lord.
serial number 16045 of 21, Mr. Lalit Yadav. 2 defects.
There are 2 defects. One defect is that
Type copy of conditional 1 and Aadhaar copy of document not fairly visible.
Yes.
the matter relates to cybercrime, Lord, diary and NC.
Defects ignored. Call for the case diary along with the antecedent report of this petitioner.
I am appearing in this case, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Your Lordship, case registered under section 392 of IPC, Your Lordship. Allegation in the FIR is that some miscreants have looted rupees 2,75,000 the informant, Your Lordship. And my lord, this petitioner is neither named in the FIR, Your Lordship. There was no any recovery from the position of this petitioner, Your Lordship. Even no any TIP was conducted, Your Lordship. And I am languishing behind the prison of bar from 20 to 2020, Your Lordship. Almost from last 2 years.
20. What is the date?
20 to 2020, Your Lordship.
20th of February.
Yes, Your Lordship. 2020.
Yes, APP.
Yes, Lordship.
One antecedent.
No, Lordship, simply he is in custody. So he is 2020,
Yes,
2020. And FIR is against no, Lordship.
The informant was looted. Full stop.
Yes.
Next para. From the impugned order and from the submission of the party petitioner, I find that the petitioner is not named in the FIR. Full stop. Charge sheet has been submitted, and he is in custody since
20 Feb 2020, Your Lordship.
what is the stage?
Stage.
But I am not.
No, it is the order is of 2021. Suppose only the case is pending for argument. The witnesses have been examined. All the witnesses have been examined then. Tell me.
Then, Lordship, time may be given, Lordship, so that I could get the status report, Lordship.
For the petitioner,
My lord.
can you ascertain it just now? I'm passing it
Yes,
over.
Your Lordship. Yes, Your Lordship.
Passing it over.
Oh, Lord.
I'm passing it over. Ascertain.
Serial number 10, DA number 16448 of 21, Mr. P.S. Nanda.
And I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner, my lord. There is a defect with respect to name of the pending court and the case number.
So, ST statement para 1 and prayer may be verified as the same is neither appear in the FIR nor in the impugned order. Also pending court may be verified.
सब्सिक्वेंटली कमिट हो गया था जो, तो हम इसलिए जो जहां पेंडिंग कोर्ट का नाम हम दे दिए थे। FIR पहले का था तो उसमें नहीं।
Okay. 1 week or 2 weeks to remove the defect?
मतलब 1 वीक दे दिया जाए, जो हालांकि इग्नोर किया जा सकता है क्योंकि हम करेक्ट लिखे हैं जो। अच्छा
Sure.
हाँ श्योर है, इसलिए है ना कि वो कमिट हो गया था केस और ट्रायल चल रहा था।
Counsel for the petitioner submits that the trial has already been committed in the court of session, and the name of the court mentioned in paragraph 1 is correct. Full stop. In view of the statement made by the counsel for the petitioner, the defects are ignored. Yes.
It has been alleged the police received a secret information that this petitioner who has committed murder of her son, and his dead body has been thrown away, on the basis of which petitioner was apprehended and then dead body was also recovered.
On your confessional statement,
My lord, confessional statement has been stated that I have recorded. My lord,
what weapon was recovered on your confessional statement? Blood still.
but there are two things are there, my lord.
Yes.
The seizure list which shows, my lord, that there is no signature. As it was police known the recovery of the dead body, then I was apprehended. And other person.
Go for the case diary.
Serial number 11, DA number 16449 of 21, Mr. Ashok Kumar Singh.
May I please, Lordship? I am appearing on behalf
of deponent stated
Yes.
at page 8 from Jharkhand.
In the FIR lawsuit, and during investigation,
You are not audible. You are not audible, Mr. Singh.
Lordship, who has confessed before this Lordship, Ranjit Kumar, accused number 1, Lordship, who has been granted regular bail by this honorable court, Lordship.
Where is it?
Petitioner is not named in the FIR. Ranjit Kumar Mehta, Lordship.
Where is it?
Has been Lordship. Yes, Lordship, BA number 16047/2021. Order is not uploaded the net, Lordship, so I cannot send this honorable court, Lordship.
When was the bail granted?
While order dated 4/2/2021 को ऑर्डर हुआ है, लॉर्डशिप।
4/2/21 4/2 4/2
यस लॉर्ड। BA नंबर 16047।
केस नंबर
BA नंबर 16047, लॉर्डशिप।
16,047.
Yes, sir.
2020. It is uploaded already.
एप्रीहेंडेड पर्सन है लॉर्डशिप, वो उनके कन्फेशन पे सागर कुमार का नाम आया लॉर्डशिप, और सागर कुमार बोले हैं हमारे ऊपर यही एलिगेशन है लॉर्डशिप। सागर कुमार का पेज नंबर 21 देखा जाएगा लॉर्डशिप। उसके बाद 22 में रिलेवेंट पेज हम पढ़ रहे हैं लॉर्डशिप। इसमें कि बोलते हैं लॉर्डशिप की कावलम चतरा जिला को भेजा है, मैंने उनको घर, परंतु सभी का नाम पता मुझे याद नहीं है। जितना मुझे याद है उसके अनुसार मैंने 2 मोटरसाइकिल।
Your name is Pappu Kumar.
Yes, Lord. Pappu Kumar Das.
So you were apprehended also from the place of occurrence, yes or no?
No, Lordship. No, Lordship.
You were not apprehended from the place of occurrence.
Yes, Lordship. No, I was not apprehended, Lordship. सागर कुमार का कन्फेशन में आया है लॉर्डशिप, पेज नंबर 22 में।
Heard the counsel for the petitioner, heard the counsel for the state. There's an allegation against the petitioner. The counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner is not named in the name of the petitioner transpired from the confessional statement of co-accused Sagar Kumar. He submits that the accused who was apprehended from the spot has been granted bail by a coordinate bench of this court in BA number 16047 of 2021. First off, he submits that the petitioner is in custody since 11/10/2021 and charge sheet has already been submitted. Charge sheet has already been submitted. Full stop. Next paragraph. APP opposes. After hearing the counsel for the petitioner, I have gone through the order in BA number 16047 of 2021. I find that 3 persons were apprehended from the spot along with a motorcycle. Full stop. One other person apprehended has been granted bail by coordinate bench of this court. Full stop. Admittedly, petitioner was not apprehended from the spot, and name of this petitioner transpired from the confessional statement of co-accused Akash, co-accused Sagar Kumar. Sagar Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Sagar Kumar. Full stop. The admittedly the petitioner was not apprehended from the spot, and the only allegation that this petitioner has purchased some stolen motorcycle from Sagar Kumar. First up, considering the aforesaid fact that and the fact that the person who has been granted bail by this court, the accused has been granted bail by this court Considering the fact that one of the co-accused has been granted bail by this court and the case of the petitioner stands on a better footing, I am inclined to release.
Serial number 12, DA number 1645-021, Mr. Anurag Kashyap, Ms. Supriya Dayal.
There are defects, Your Worship, two defects in this case, Your Worship.
DR number is missing at para 1 and prayer. Name and alias name of petitioner at index page number 1, Wakalatnama and other place may be verified and from impugned order and Wakalatnama.
Parvez Ansari.
Spelling mistake, Your Worship, is there. Ansari.
What is the age of the victim girl?
It appears from the FIR is 19 years, Your Worship.
Of the case diary, full stop. Court below is directed to forward a copy of the statement of the victim recorded under section 164 CRPC. In the meantime, that should be removed.
Oblige, Your Worship.
I have received the case diary, Lordship.
Serial number 13, DA number
Your Worship, this diary has been received. Let it come in the next week, if Your Worship. Oblige.
DA number 16453-21, Mr. Shiv Kumar Singh, Mr. Rajendra Tripathi.
Lordship, I am on behalf of the petitioner, Lordship.
Yes.
Two defects.
In this case, two defects, Lordship. One, name of spelling of the petitioner, page 1 and Wakalatnama is differ from the impugned order. And designation of presiding officer in para 15, Lordship. POCSO has been not mentioned in para 15, Lordship. Escape.
Ignored for the present. Ignored.
Lordship.
Hira Singh.
हीरा सिंह HIRA होगा लेकिन हम HEE दिस इज
कहाँ HIRA होगा?
इंपूर्ण जजमेंट में आया है लॉर्डशिप पेज.
Unless you correct if I grant you bail, will you be released?
No, Lordship.
The allegation is direct against you.
Lordship. But Lordship, मेरे दो to submission है. FIR lodged after 2 days of the alleged occurrence. Date of occurrence is 8/6/10/6/2021. Examination was conducted in medical examination 11/6/2021, and nothing has been found from the.
In your prayer after the victim is examined.
लॉर्डशिप टीम का एग्जामिनेशन अगर वो नहीं आएगी या पेयर नहीं होगी लॉर्डशिप तो कुछ तो डायरेक्शन दे दिया जाए.
Wait, just listen.
Lordship.
The petition is an accused for allegedly committing an offence under section so and so. Full stop. Counsel for the petitioner submits that there is inordinate delay in lodging the FIR, and in the medical report there is no sign of rape. Full stop. Next paragraph. After hearing the counsel for the petitioner and the state, I find that the victim girl is aged about 14 to 15 years. There is a direct allegation to the effect that this petitioner has committed rape upon the victim. Full stop. The victim has also supported her statement, version in the statement recorded under 164 CRPC, which is apparent from the impugned order itself. Full stop. Thus, I am not inclined to grant bail to the petitioner at this stage. Full stop. The petitioner will be at liberty to disappear after examination of the victim during trial. Full stop. The trial court will take steps so that the charge against the petitioner can be framed. It should be framed, bracket, if not already framed, and proceed and thereafter proceed and ensure examination of the victim girl at the earliest.
Within time में can be 6 month का दे दिया जाए कम से कम victim का examination के लिए Lordship.
No. Let's see. Yes, next.
DA number 14, DA number 16456 of 21, Mr. Kumar Chaudhary.
Lordship, I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner. One defect, Lordship.
You remove the defect, Mr. Chaudhary. Reserve.
I copy defect में
Authentication fee also is wanting. Authentication fee is also wanting.
I will deposit, Lordship. After granting the bail, Lordship, it can be
After
deposited.
granting, how are you sure that I will grant you bail?
Yes, other co-accused has been granted bail.
But
Four
then
person
seven,
still.
seven witnesses have already been examined. I will not grant you bail. I will direct the court to conclude the trial.
Lordship remove कर लेंगे defect कोई बात नहीं. Rest after.
Remove the defect.
Apply, your Lordship.
Clear 15, clear number 1605 or 21.
My lord, in this case, I pray for not today, my lord.
Why?
Senior advocate Mr. Arun Saha has been engaged by the client. My lord. He will assist your lordship.
Ganja.
74 kg.
74 kgs of ganja from the possession of the petitioner.
Possession of this petition.
Yes. He was in the vehicle.
What time was this case after? 1 week.
1 week, my lord.
1 week.
Obliged, my lord.
In the meantime, the defect should be removed.
Clear 15, clear number 16461 or 21, Mr. Arvind Kumar Chaudhary, Ms. Seema Katyal.
The defect.
Fully certified type copy of page 11, 14, address of petitioner at page 1 and wakalat number differ. Designation of PO may be corrected at para 18 and clear para.
Designation of the presiding officer.
करेक्शन कर देंगे.
Call for the case diary and the antecedent report of the petitioner. Full stop. In the meantime, the petitioner will remove the defects.
Obliged.
Clear number 16462 or 21. Mr. Arvind Kumar Chaudhary, Ms. Seema Katyal.
Same order.
Yes, ma'am.
There are 4 defects.
LCR.
LCR.
Call for the LCR and
LCR नहीं.
sorry. Call for the case diary. Call for the case diary, and in the meantime, the defect should be removed.
जी.
That is the whole problem. In the first half, deal with the LCRs, and the second half, deal with the case diaries.
Sir.
Yes. Serial 18, clear number 16463 or 21, Mr. GM Singh.
Serial number
18.
18, Anurag Kashyap.
Mr. Anurag Kashyap, Mr. Supriya Dalal.
I am praying for short pass over, Lordship, as my senior is arguing in court number 4, Your Lordship.
Tell me what is this case. Tell me what is this case. What is the allegation? Just tell me what is the allegation.
Allegation, Your Lordship, the informant has alleged that on pretext of giving job, Your Lordship, some money was transacted in the bank account of this petitioner and in the account of one Matal Soren. 4,20,000 was deposited in the account of this petitioner, Your Lordship. And we further allege that the possession of the first slip 3,73,000 and the deposit slip of the rest of the amount had torn. And they also allege that this petitioner used to give 310 to the informant, Lordship. This is the case, and some of the persons have been granted bail by this honorable court, Lordship. Anticipatory bail. It may be hard as the last case, Lordship, as the case is to be argued by my senior. So I am praying.
You are in custody since when?
Study, Lordship, 25th of November 2021.
What is your name?
Avilash Kumar.
Mr. Avilash Kumar appearing on behalf of the petitioner. He submits that the petitioner has been falsely implicated in this
I am
case.
appearing on the, may I, Your Lordship? I am appearing on behalf of the informant, Your Lordship.
Yes.
May I, Your Lordship?
Yes.
This
And heard
case,
Tiwari on behalf of the.
yes, Your Lordship. This matter is of, yes, Your Lordship. In this case, Your Lordship, this FIR is of 2015, Your Lordship. And since then, Your Lordship, he has been absconding, and he is the main accused in this case, Your Lordship. He is also having criminal antecedent, Your Lordship. He is
Just
having criminal.
Just tell me he was an absconder. Mr. Kashyap is an
82.
absconder.
Yes, my lord. I affirm, lord.
82 proceeding has already been initiated against him, and after 6 years, Your Lordship.
When was 82 initiated?
82 was initiated, Your Lordship, on date, if Your Lordship permit me, 22/3/2021 को हुआ है वो, 22/3/2021.
82 only on 22/3/2021.
हाँ, 22/3/2021.
You accept पहले.
This is your best case, Mr. Tiwari?
No. May I, Your Lordship? And subsequent, Your Lordship, so far as the other co-accused is concerned, Your Lordship, they have been granted bail on the basis of deposit of this amount, Your Lordship, 48.
Can that be a ground?
No, they have taken this view, and so far as Your Lordship, they are having a criminal antecedent. They are also having criminal antecedent, Your Lordship, and Pinjora PS case number 230 of 2020, Your Lordship, and also having a lot of criminal cases, but we are only having these cases, Your Lordship.
Tell me about this case.
Pinjora PS case number 230.
Tell me about this case.
Yeah, so far as this case is concerned, Your Lordship, the petitioner, all are the scheduled tribe aspirant, Your Lordship. Only on the basis of the pretext of the employment, they took 10,000 rupees. An entire amount has already been deposited in the bank account, Your Lordship. We have also annexed the bank slip, Your Lordship, and entire 3,75,000, Your Lordship, is on record, Your Lordship, and 4,20,000, Your Lordship. 42 people were there, and they have deposited this amount, Your Lordship. I am only praying, Your Lordship, that since 2015 till 2020.
Can an employment be purchased?
No, employment can't be purchased, but only on the pretext. Only on the pretext. No. So far as this employment is concerned, Your Lordship, this employment is all about the private में की security amount deposit कर दीजिए 10,000 रुपया करके 42 आदमी ने deposit किया हुजूर कि जैसे होता है कि security amount कर लिए, and so far they are having criminal antecedent, Your Lordship. It may be considered, Your Lordship, and so far as may I also pray, Your Lordship, may I also pray that only, Your Lordship, that some condition may be imposed in which the trial may be concluded.
Heard Abhilash Kumar appearing on behalf of the petitioner.
My name also, maybe.
I have heard him.
No, my lord.
I see, Mr. Kashyap. Everything is recorded. It is in the YouTube. Everyone will know that whom I have.
No, my lord, I also assisted by Mr. Abhilash Kumar, but in fact, not he was assisted.
Heard
the junior.
Heard Mr. Omkarnath Tiwari appearing on behalf of the informant. Full stop. The allegation against the petitioner is that he had taken 10,000 rupees from each of the victim, including the informant, on the pretext of providing job in Dabur India Limited. It is alleged that the job was not provided, but the amount were misappropriated by the petitioner and others, which was deposited in the bank account. Full stop. Next paragraph.
Bank account of the petitioner.
Yes. Mr. Omkarnath Tiwari, the informant, submits that the case is of the year 2015, whereas the petitioner surrendered or he was arrested.
But the arrested not since
the petitioner was arrested after processes under 82 CRPC was issued on 22/3/2021. Full stop. He further submits that there are some criminal cases against the petitioner, and the petitioner has duped many persons. Full stop. Next paragraph. After considering the submission of the informant and after going through the record, I find that the allegation against the petitioner is that he and others have taken 10,000 rupees from several persons, 10,000 rupees each from several persons, including the informant, on the pretext that they will be provided employment in Mrs. Dabur India Limited. It is well known that an employment cannot be bought. First up, knowing fully well that an employment cannot be bought if someone pays money. it is only for this, if someone, in knowing fully well that employment cannot be bought, this petitioner has paid money. The informant has paid money. Full stop. Moreover, the petitioner has to face trial. Granting bail doesn't mean that he will be acquitted or he will be absolved from all the liabilities or allegations. Full stop. The allegations needs to be proved during trial, but I feel that since charge sheet has already been submitted,
Yes.
charge sheet has already been submitted, as stated, comma, no useful purpose will be served in keeping the petitioner in custody. Also, further, this is not a case, nature of case which demands custodial trial. Full stop. Considering the aforesaid fact, I'm inclined to allow I'm inclined to grant bail to the petitioner. The petitioner will be released, so and so, with a condition. Now, the main thing, with the condition that one of the bailer should be a local resident of Jharkhand and will have a sufficient landed property in his own name, and another would be a close relative of this petitioner having sufficient landed property in his own name. Full stop. The detail of the mobile phone number of the petitioner and the bailers should be mentioned, should be forwarded, should be intimated to the court concerned at the time of filing the bail bond. Full stop. The said mobile phones should be kept in operational mode throughout till the trial is concluded. First of further, the bailers should file an undertaking and an affidavit to the effect that they will ensure attendance of this petitioner before the trial court as and when the trial court directs, failing which not only the petitioner will be rearrested, but the bailers will also be proceeded against for violating the undertaking so given.
Obliged, Your Lordship.
Obliged.
Yes, Mr. Kashyap.
Yes, Mr. Obliged. My name, Lord, if my Lord.
May I please, Your Lordship? I am appearing on behalf of petitioner, my Lord. In this.
This is recorded, Mr. Kashyap. Not only audio, it's video also, and it remains in the server. Yes.
My Lord, all the defects have been removed, save and except one defect, that is with regard to a scanned copy of Wakalatnama, my Lord. No. That may be ignored. My Lord, case is under section 452, 354 of IPC. Allegation against this petitioner is that he used to roaming near the house of the informant and always used to tease her and always used to stare upon her. One incident has been described, my Lord, with regard to 20th/8/2021. Allegation against this petitioner that he entered into the house of the informant, staring upon her for some minutes, and started loading gun, tried to touch her and dragging her clothes, freeing herself by the informant.
The Arms Act. This is not a case under the Arms Act. No,
my Lord, Arms Act is not registered in this.
Okay. Yes, please, for the state.
Yes, Lordship, I'm appearing, Lordship. He has got as many as 11 cases pending against him, Lordship.
11 cases? What
yes, Lordship. It transpires from the impugned order.
Impugned order, but in all the cases, he has been granted regular bail, my Lord.
And in his statement under 164 also, the victim has alleged against the petition.
The state is directed to file an affidavit stating the nature of cases which are pending against the petitioner and the stage of those respective cases.
Lordship.
As the order suggests that there are 11 cases pending against him.
Obliged.
Serial number 20, PA number 16465 of 21. Mr. Chanchal Jain, Mr. Samit Sahab.
Yes.
Milords, there are two surviving defects, Milords. One is village name at page number 1, village name of the petitioner at page number 1, and Wakalatnama varies, Milords. And another is the at the presentation form, Milords, the mode of hearing is not mentioned, Milords. That these may be ignored for the
What is the
moment.
allegation against you?
Milords, the allegation is under section 272 to 73 IPC and 47A of Excise Act.
15 cartons of wine.
Milords, it was found in a car, Milords, in which I was one of
15 cartons of wine was loaded in a car. It is alleged that the petitioners were transporting those
Milords, one of the co-accused
illegally to the state of Bihar, which is a dry state. Full stop. The petitioner is in custody since
22nd of October 2021.
22nd October 2021. Full stop. It has also been submitted that the charge sheet has also been submitted in this case. Full stop. Considering the period of custody and the fact that charge sheet has already been submitted, I am inclined to release this petitioner on bail, 10,000 to sureties.
Much obliged.
Serial 21, DA number 16466 of 21, Mr. Aman Kumar Rahul, Mr. Rishi Chandan, for the petitioner.
Yes.
There were 5 defects.
5 defects.
Council is missing a type copy of annexure 1. Address of POC petitioner is missing at page 1 and
Just a minute, just a minute. What is the stage of trial? Charge is yet to be framed. Says the charge sheeted witness have supported the case. Oh, framing of charge, pending for framing. Call for the case diary. Call for the case diary. Full stop. Next line here. The counsel for the petitioner will remove the defects in the meantime.
Figure 22, BA number 16468 of 21, Mr. Govind Karan, Mr. Nakani Chari, for the petitioner.
May I please this honorable court, my lords?
Yes.
There are 4 defects, my lords. I believe.
Yes. What are the defects? Mr. Sahai.
Well, I have not gone through the defects, my lords. But I'll remove it.
Differs from issued order. BR number is missing at para 1 and where designation of BO may be corrected as para 4 and give it certified that copy of page 1517 may be corrected.
Call for the case diary. In the meantime, the defects should be removed.
Much obliged, my lords.
Here 23, BA number 16469 of 21, Mr. Lalit Yadav. Our 21 defect, initial of Monday, the defect missing at the type copy of annexure 1.
Defect ignored.
Or the matter relates to a cyber crime. My lords.
The
I think
My lords, arising out of the same case in serial number 16, my lords, the diary has been called.
16. Call for the antecedent report of this petitioner and list this case along with BA number so and so. Serial number 16, in which case diary has already been called for.
Obliged, Lord.
Serial number 24, BA number 164701, Mr. Lalit Yadav for the petitioner. There are two defects. Initial assignment of it containing a type copy of FIR and name spelling and address of the petitioner is stage 1 and Wakalatnama differs.
Same order.
My lords, in
different PS case.
My lord, it's a different PS case, but it's serial number 8, my lords, arising out serial number 8, my lords.
Call for the case diary, call for the antecedent report of this petitioner and list this case along with so and so, BA number so and so, in which case diary has already been called for. Serial number 8. The case
BA number 16445.
16445 BA number.
Obliged.
Yes, call for the antecedent of the petitioner and list along with this.
Serial number 23.
Yes. Yes. Yes, next.
Serial number 25, BA number 16471 of 21, Mr. Rahul Pandey.
My lord, I am appearing in this matter, lordship. Yes. It is a case registered under section 302 of the IPC, lordship. The petitioner is named in this FIR. FIR, lordship, is at page number 9, lordship. It is alleged by the informant, the wife of the deceased, that this petitioner, along with other 4 co-accused persons, have procured the murder of the deceased, lordship. It is the allegation. Just on the basis of the suspicion, he has been named.
Any eyewitness?
No, lordship. And 3 of the co-accused has been granted bail, lordship. I have sent the orders, lordship.
This petitioner
not named, lordship.
5 criminal antecedent, your lordship. One is of 302, 3 is of arms act, your lordship, and he is named in the.
Call for the case diary. The state will file an affidavit stating the antecedent of the petitioner, stating about the antecedent of the petitioner, and if there are criminal antecedent, the nature of the cases and the stages.
Obliged. Obliged.
Serial number 26, BA number 16473 of 21.
Lordship, in this case, petitioner has been granted bail by the learned court below because the charge sheet has been submitted under bailable section. So may kindly permit to withdraw.
Granted bail to the petitioner. Thus, he seeks permission to withdraw this case. We are allowed. This case is withdrawn. Dismissed as withdrawn. Dismissed as withdrawn, as the same has become infructuous.
Serial number 27, BA number 16474 of 21.
Yes, ma'am. I appear, ma'am. But some defects have been removed, my lords. The bad copy of the annexure 1 has been filed, my lords. And so for PS name at para 1, that is not, that isn't correctly mentioned, my lords.
It differs from the FIR. It has been mentioned.
No, kindly see the FIR.
FIR is 328.
328 of 2021.
Yes.
328.
328 of 21. Sadar PS case.
Yes, ma'am. Para 1, Sadar PS 328-21. Prayer portion also, ma'am. Sadar PS 328-21.
Cultivation.
Yes, Marot. Counter has been filed, Marot. It is not mentioned that he has got any criminal antecedent also, Marot. And only seizure of petrol to no recovery of poppy plant from there also, Marot. As it happens from the
Petitioner is accused for allegedly committing an offense under section so and so. There's an allegation that poppy was being cultivated in forest land. Full stop. During course of investigation, it came to light that this petitioner and others indulged in cultivating poppy, the forest land. First up. Next para. The counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner is in custody since
He is in custody since 11th December 21, my lords.
11th December 2021, and there is and the allegation is absolutely false. He submits that the petitioner, being a poor villager, has been implicated in this case without any basis. He submits that admittedly the land where the poppy was cultivated doesn't belong to this petitioner. First up. Next, he also submits that the counter affidavit has been filed by the state, and there is nothing in the counter affidavit which can remotely suggest that the petitioner is involved in any other similar nature of cases. First up. The APP opposes the APP is he involved in any other cases?
No, Lord.
The APP opposes the prayer, but admits that there is nothing in the counter affidavit to suggest that the petitioner is involved in any similar offence. Also, considering the aforesaid fact that the petitioner is not involved in the similar offence, and the land where the paddy was cultivated doesn't belong to this petitioner, I'm inclined to release the petitioner on bail. Where the paddy opium was cultivated. Yes.
Lord,
this is also a cyber case.
Switch on your mic.
Yes, Lord.
CD antecedent. In the meantime, defects to be removed.
No, understood. 302, 307 is also there. Looking at allegation at page 26.
Just a minute. There is some defects. What are the nature? Sarat PS case.
$133.
Devghar Sarat. Sarat PS case.
Line number 133.
Yes, 133.
No, it is.
It is Sarat PS case, not Devghar Sarat PS case. PS is only Sarat.
PS Sarat.
You have mentioned Devghar Sarat. There is no PS for Devghar Sarat.
Devghar district.
There is no police station called Devghar Sarat.
Nice. Sarat police. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Within the district of Devghar, it may be. But
Yes,
see
yes.
the paragraph 1.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We'll make correction on that. I'll just delete that Devghar.
This is a case of death.
Yes, my lord. This is an omnibus allegation. There is no specific allegation, my lord. If you can look at the FIR. Admittedly, there is a dispute between them regarding a land and the compensation amount. We lost an FIR initially, that is in the supplementary affidavit.
Anyone appearing for the informants? No.
No.
Read the FIR. Yes.
I on behalf of the informant.
Read the FIR.
Yes, madam. मैं रणवीर राय पिता सचिन सच मैं देवघर के रहने वाला हूं और विनम्र पूर्वक सूचित करता हूं कि बीते दिनांक 28/9/21 को 11:30 बजे दिन में मोटरसाइकिल से अपना चाचा प्रफुल्ल प्रसाद राय के साथ सारठ ब्लॉक आने के लिए निकला था। गांव में ठाकुरबाड़ी के समय मुरली राय के घर के सामने जैसे ही पहुंचा, हलदर राय मतलब पिटीशन नंबर 6, विपुल राय पिटीशन नंबर 3, thereafter मुन्ना राय, मनोज राय पिटीशन नंबर 4, and गिरिधारी राय पिटीशन नंबर 5, Kanhaiya Rai, then Pappu Rai petition number 1, and at Rohit Rai, all interior family. Mithilas Rai, petitioner number 2, Raghunath Rai. These names are there. I'm skipping. 17 names are there. All family, even the ladies are there. They got मत होकर हरबे हथियार से होकर आकर हमारे मोटरसाइकिल जबरन रोक दी, घेर लिया और कुछ समझाते पीछे हलदर राय, मनोज राय, पप्पू राय, विपुल राय, कन्हैया राय, बीरदारी राय, भीम मिश्रा, मिथिलेश राय, हमारे चाचा प्रफुल्ल प्रसाद राय पर जान मारने की नियत से लड़ से मिलकर हमला कर दिया और पीट पीट कर जख्मी करके हत्या कर दी.
What is the name of petitioner? Pappu Rai.
There's more petitions.
6 petitioners are there.
Who are the petitioners?
In the FIR, there is no specific allegation. In the FIR initial stage, 17 persons are named, including the ladies. Thereafter, they say who is having a rod, who is what, nothing they have said. Now, thereafter, on the next page, Mulli Rai or Rohit Rai मुझे पकड़ रखा, मारपीट का जख्मी कर दिया. That is the informant who was injured. That's why 307. हल्ला पर अरुण राय, धर्मेश्वर, मदन राय, कनेश्वर राय, अधीर राय और दानी राय बचाने आए तो रघुमत राय, मिठू राय, पुष्पा देवी, गीता देवी, कोजू देवी मिलकर उन लोग को भी रोका और मारपीट का जख्मी कर दिया. हमारी मोटरसाइकिल
The FIR, you come to the last page, page 26, the last part.
Last part, yes.
घेर लिया. हम कुछ समझते इसी बीच जलधर राय.
कुछ समझते इसी बीच झलधर राय पिटीशन नंबर 6, मनोज राय पिटीशन नंबर 4, पप्पू राय पिटीशन नंबर 1, विपुल राय पिटीशन नंबर 3, कन्हैया राय, he is not the petitioner, गिरधरी राय पिटीशन नंबर 5, भीम मिश्रा, he is not the petitioner, मिथिलेश राय, he is the petition number 2. हमारे चाचा प्रफुल्ल राय को जान मारने के नियत से.
So tell me who are the petitioner who is not named in amongst this 8?
Who is not named?
Yes.
I could not get your lordship's point.
There are 6 petitioners.
There are 6 petitioners.
All of them are named in
first part also, in the second part.
Second part, all of them are named.
Named as assailant.
So you are the assailant.
लोहे का रॉड से हमला कर दिया और पीट पीट कर उनका जान मार दिया.
तो सब मिलकर मार दिए, जान मार दिए.
Now, unless and until we look into the postmortem report, how many the injuries are there? If there is a one injury, 6 persons cannot have under 6 rods.
So how many injuries are there?
No, that's not going to given in the impugn order. That's what I am saying. There is an earlier supplementary affidavit. We lodged a case against them. Admittedly, the entire, you lodged 17 persons. The ladies are also been given in the first part. In the second part, in the middle of it, 8 persons' name. Thereafter, only the ladies' name are also there in assaulting the informant and others. And no specific allegation which weapon who is carrying. Now I can understand. There should be any statement in the diary or the postmortem report that any of these petitioner was having a rod or 2 petitioners were having a rod. I can say.
Call for the case diary and the postmortem report. In the meantime, the defects to be removed.
Serial 30, PA number 164801, Mr. Shiv Kumar Singh, Mr. Rajnath Chandra, Chatterjee, for the petitioner.
Lordship, I am on behalf of the petitioner. Defect number 2 and 3 may kindly be ignored. 2 is the under section impugn order and FIR differs. It is corrected by Lordship. I have stated on the basis of FIR, but in impugn order state has added 302 during investigation. The injured died, Lord. So may kindly be ignored.
We have to add that later on 302 added.
In FIR there is not added, Lordship. Page 11 may kindly see.
So ultimately, if he dies,
that during investigation a charge sheet had been submitted under section 302. I have stated in subsequent para, Lordship.
So you should have mentioned here that charge sheet submitted under section so and so.
Para 6 I have stated, Lordship.
In para 1 you should write. Let's see what is the material against you. What for the case diary?
Lordship, co-accused has been granted bail, Lordship.
The postmortem report.
Lord,
It has been granted bail and there is a specific allegation against who has been granted bail, Lordship. May kindly permit me the FIR.
Let the case diary come.
Serial 31, DA number 16481 of 21. Sir Sanjay Kumar Mahmood Kaisar.
May please, my lord, I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner, my lord, in this case. Allegation is under 379 of the IPC, my lord, and the 3 co-accused has been granted bail. My name has come in this case on the confessional statement of the co-accused Abdul Naim, who has been granted bail by this honorable court on in BA number 3083 of 2021, my lord. One Irshad Alam also and Imtiaz Alam that have been granted bail.
Of a motorcycle. Stealing of motorcycle, case of motorcycle theft.
Yes, ma'am.
You are in custody since when?
2/8/2021, my lord.
You heard the counsel for the parties. The petitioner is an accused pursuant. So, from the impugned order and from the submission, I find that the petitioner is in custody since
2/8/2021. 2nd August 2021.
So, sir, charge sheet has already been submitted in this case. Further, it has been submitted. The co-accused, some of the co-accused persons have already been enlarged on bail by a coordinate bench of this court. Full stop. Considering the period of custody and the fact that charge sheet has been submitted and some of the accused has been granted bail by coordinate bench of this court, I am inclined to release this petitioner.
My lord, much obliged.
Serial 32, DA number 16483 of 21.
Your Lordship, Your Lordship, I am appearing in this matter. There are 3 defects, out of which 2 are of typed copy and 1 is that execution of petitioner number 2, 5 and 6 differs from the Wakalatnama. Your Lordship, allegations are under section 399, 402, 414 of IPC and under section 251BA and 26, 2 and 35 of Arms Act. Your Lordship, the prosecution history in brief is that...
Place of occurrence.
Yes, my lord.
The petitioners were not apprehended from the place of occurrence, well, Your Lordship.
The criminal incident, my lord, in order.
The apprehended co-accused has already been granted bail, Your Lordship. And nothing was seized or recovered from the possession of these petitioners.
What is the name of this petitioner?
Altogether, there are 6 petitioners. One is Bablu Manji, second one is Shankar alias Loso Manji, third one is Jago Manji, fourth one is Hukumnath Manji, fifth one is Mahendra alias Guddu Manji, and sixth one is Baharam alias Dumka Manji.
Yes, APP, they were not apprehended from the spot.
My lord, recovery, yes, my yes, my kindly see the page 24 of the impugned order, my lord. 24 of the impugned order.
Are they apprehended from the spot or not? Yes or no?
Yes, my lord. On search, my lord, country-made picture has been recovered, my lord. And live cartridge, my lord.
That was recovered from
home.
On the impugned order, my lord, it reflects, my lord, page 24, my lord.
We have not read page number 24, I think.
24, my lord, kindly see, my lord.
I have seen it. That's why I am asking you. Have you read page number 24?
Yes, my lord. On the spot, my lord.
I'm asking you.
All co-accused are apprehended on the spot, my lord.
I'm again asking.
Who had
submission.
Who had fled? Yes, my lord. Who had fled, my lord? Fled, my lord.
Then?
Yes, my lord. In भाग गए थे, my lord. Yes, my lord. Top of the.
For the counsel for the petitioner, or the counsel for the state.
Top of the.
Counsel for the petitioner submits that there is an allegation this petitioner and others assembled at place and they were planning to commit dacoity. Full stop. The police arrived at the place of occurrence when these petitioners allegedly fled and the others were arrested. Full stop. The apprehended accused disclosed the name of these petitioners. Full stop. From the apprehended accused, some firearms and other incriminating materials were recovered, but it is the case of the petitioner that nothing was recovered from their possession and not they were apprehended from the place of occurrence. Full stop. And the APP opposes the prayer, but admits that these petitioners were not apprehended from the spot, and thus nothing was recovered from their possession. Full stop. Considering the aforesaid fact that these petitioners were not apprehended from the spot and their name transpired from the confessional statement of the co-accused and charge sheet has already been submitted in this case, I am inclined to release the petitioner on bail, 10,000 two sureties. You are in custody since when, Mr. Counsel?
31st of July 2021.
Yes.
May it please your lordships. Lords 498A 323.
Just a minute, yes.
As per the report of list of computer section, petitioner has moved the ADA number 6168 of 21. It has been disposed of on 6/9/2020.
What was the result of the ABA application?
Lords, during pendency, the petitioner was arrested and hence it was dismissed as withdrawn, Lords.
You have not mentioned that in paragraph 2.
Lords, it is not there. We will have to file supplementary affidavit.
File a supplementary. Let a supplementary affidavit be filed to remove the defects as pointed out. This is a case under 498A.
498A. I am
You
in
are-
custody since 3/9/21.
You are the husband.
Husband.
Complaint?
5 months and more. No, FIR as well.
Unless I appear for the OP, my lords, in this case.
Yes, what is the specific allegation against this petitioner?
Well, a specific allegation is with regards to demand of dowry, my lords, that we have filed in the counter affidavit also.
No.
Money was given.
Mr. Chandrajit Mukherjee, the allegation would be not in the counter affidavit, in the FIR. What is the specific allegation against this petitioner? Number one. Number two, it's a case under section 498A.
My lord.
Now, tell me, why do you want to keep this petitioner in custody? To satisfy your ego?
My lords, I am only opposing, my lords. Rest.
Mr. Mukherjee, what you are submitting is recorded and it is, you can see it after 3 months also.
My lord.
What you have stated. It is in the YouTube, you can see it.
No, I am before the court, my lords. I am always before.
Tell me, what is the specific allegation I'm asking you? Now in these days of live streaming, it's very difficult, Mr. Mukherjee. What is the specific? Just tell me. The allegation is specific or general?
General.
Have you seen day before yesterday's order of the Honorable Supreme Court? Heard the counsel for the petitioner, heard the counsel for the state. The petitioner is the husband. State and the informant. The petitioner is the husband. There's an allegation that the petitioner and others demanded dowry and tortured the informant who happens to be his wife. Well, study since
3/9/2021.
9/2021, and charge sheet has already been submitted. Considering the fact that the charge sheet has been submitted and the period of custody, I am of this opinion that no useful purpose will be served to keep the petitioner in custody any further. Further, this cannot be said to be a case where custodial trial is necessary. Thus, I am inclined to release this petitioner on bail, 10,000 two sureties.
Much obliged.
DA number 34, DA number 1648 of 21. Mr. Abhishek Kumar Dubey.
May it please your lordship.
Yes, one
Your Lordship, there is one defect which I need to remove within 1 week.
defect
So I'm
ignored.
saying it may be ignored for the moment.
Defect ignored.
Case is under section 30. Case under section 302, 201 and 34 of the IPC. This petitioner is not named in the FIR. There is no eyewitness to the occurrence. Now, only the basis of implication of the present petitioner is that it has been alleged that one Sankar Gop was last seen along with the deceased, and he was in telephonic conversation with several persons, including the present petitioner. And that becomes the basis of the implication of the present petitioner. And subsequently, it is being said that he also made confession before the police, but without and leading to any recovery. And charge sheet has been submitted. Investigation is complete, save and except that there is no material. And he is in custody since 1/7/2021.
Call for the case diary.
Serial number 35, DA number 16486 of 21, Mr. S.K. Dev.
May it please your lordship. Matter relates to the cyber crime, my lord.
Case diary, antecedent report.
Over.
DA 36, DA number 16487 of 21, Mr. Vijay Kumar Gupta, Mr. Vikram Singh.
I am appearing on behalf.
9 defects.
The instant case under section 306 of the IPC.
Yes.
The instant case has been filed under section 306 of IPC.
306.
306 to cite. The allegation against the petitioner is that, my lordships, that the wife was subjected to cruelty by the petitioner, and ultimately she has committed suicide, my lordships.
Call for the case diary.
DA number 16488 of 21, Ms. Samafari, Mohammad Ayub Ansari.
Your Lord, I'm appealing on behalf of the petitioner. Offences alleged under section 498A of IPC. Petitioners are mother-in-law, and sister-in-law, your lords.
Mother-in-law, sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law.
General allegation.
Lordship.
The husband has been granted bail.
Lordship. I have annexed the order.
The petitioners are the father-in-law, mother-in-law, and sister-in-law of the informants. First up, next part. It is alleged that this petitioner, along with the husband, demanded dowry and tortured the informant and ousted her from the matrimonial home. First up, next para. The petitioners petitioners are now in custody since
22nd of November 2021.
22nd November 2021.
Lordship.
The husband has already been granted bail by coordinated bench of this court. You were earlier granted bail.
Lordship, earlier granted bail by the court below. Anticipatory bail.
Okay. But full stop, the next para. The petitioners' anticipatory bail was, petitioners were enlarged on anticipatory bail by the court below, but their bail was cancelled because they did not comply the undertaking. Full stop. Next para. Considering the fact that the petitioners have remained in custody and the husband has already been granted bail, I'm inclined to release this petitioner.
Much pleasure, Lords.
Serial 37, Serial 38, DA number 16489 of 21, Mr. Shiv Kumar Singh. 2 defects.
Yes. Mr. Shiv Kumar Singh.
There is one name of petitioner stated at
Petitioner, Lords. Serial number 38, Lordship. Case under section.
Name of the petitioner differs from the impugned order.
Lordship. petitioner come on basis of the confessional statement.
No, just a minute.
Lordship.
What is the name?
I
of
have
Praswan. It is Paswan.
Lordship. Jitendra Paswan.
So in the imperial order, it has been written Jitendra Praswan. Praswan.
Paswan. Lordship. This is the typical.
It's an imperial order.
Impugn order में ही typing mistake है Lordship. Praswan नहीं है, Paswan ही है. I have stated in my.
What is there in the FIR?
FIR, petitioner is not named in FIR, Lordship. We have sent one para of the case diary through mail, Lordship, para number 24, wherein mentioned Jitendra Paswan. On secret information, police has noted that the petitioner.
Police paper has been submitted. Police paper has been served upon you.
Lordship.
Police paper served. Charge framed.
Charge frame नहीं हुआ है.
Then
charge frame नहीं हुआ.
You have received the police paper.
Lordship. I have received the police paper and my name is come on basis of secret information. I have sent through mail para 24 of the case diary, Lordship, wherein mentioned Jitendra Paswan, not Paraswan. Only for this, Lordship. Petitioner is not named in the FIR, Lordship. And anything has been recovered from the position of the petitioner, Lordship. And only allegation against the petitioner that petitioner is helping to the Maoist for Mukhbari.
What? Okay. You are in custody since?
Custody since 1/8/2021.
Heard the counsel for the petitioner, heard the counsel for the state, and have gone through the FIR. After going through the FIR, I find that the petitioner is not named in the FIR and not named in the FIR. Full stop. Further, from the imperial order, it is apparent that the petitioner name transpires from the confessional statement of co-accused. Full stop. The allegation which is against the petitioner is that he was the informer of the extremist organization. Who passed on different information to them. Full stop. Considering the aforesaid fact that the petitioner was not named in the FIR and his name transpired on the basis of confessional statement of the co-accused, I am inclined to release the petitioner on bail, 10,002 sureties with the condition he will appear once a month before the trial court.
Number 39, DA number 164901, Mr. Kamdev Pandey, Mr. Abhay Kishore.
My lord, may I plead, my lord? My lord, FIR under section 457 and 380, my lord. A petitioner not named in FIR, my lord. My lord, nothing recovered from the position of the petitioner.
Committing an offense under section so and so. This is a case of house theft. Full stop. Some mobile phone and cash was stolen. Also, the petitioner is not named in the FIR. Is in custody since
3/10/2021.
3/10/2021. Charge sheet submitted.
Yes.
Charge sheet is submitted. Full stop. The APP opposes the prayer and submits that some of the material has been recovered from the possession of this petitioner. First step, considering the fact that charge sheet has already been submitted and the period of custody, 10,002 sureties.
DA number 40, DA number 164921, Mr. Ashok Kumar Sinha, Mr. Kumar Amit.
Yes, my lord, I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner, my lord.
Yes.
There are three defects, my lord. Village name of petitioner, type copy of annexure 1, FIR, my lord, and the date of custody may be verified, my lord.
DA number which is stated in para 1 and prayer.
He's in custody since when?
17/8, my lord. 17/8/2021. And in para it is the inadvertently it has been mentioned that 17/8. Lord, he was taken into custody on 17/8. Later on produced before the court, my lord, on 18/8 in judicial custody, my lord.
You were excavating stones.
Yes, my lord. He's actually, my lord,
You
the case
have a license?
License is there in favor of the employer, my lord. I am the workman. I am the employee of the lease. Mining lease is in favor of Jitendra Yadav. He has also been mentioned as an accused in this case, my lord. And I'm an employee. I was found installing the explosive, my lord, in the mines.
Storing or installing?
Installing, my lord.
Lordship did not produce any valid paper.
Who is he? Is he the lessee?
No, the petitioner is not lessee.
He will ask for the valid paper from a laborer and he will produce the valid paper. Go to the lessee and demand the papers. Counsel for the petitioner submits. The petitioner is an accused so-and-so. Counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner was merely an employee and he was working in a stone quarry. He submits that at best the allegation is that he was installing the explosives for the purpose of mining activity. Next para. Counsel for the state submits that the petitioner failed to produce any document. Full stop. Considering the nature of allegation and the fact that the petitioner is in custody since 17/8/2021, the charge sheet has already been submitted, and as it has been submitted that he was working for the other, he was a workman and was working for the other accused persons who are the mining lessee. And considering the nature of allegation, I am inclined to release this petitioner on bail, 10,000 to sureties.
Serial number 42, PA number 16493 of 21, Mr. Pradeep Kumar, Mr. Lukesh Kumar.
Lord, I appear in this. Lord, there is one defect. Alias name of petitioner may be stated at Wakalatnama.
What is the allegation against him?
Section 323, 353, 307 of IPC and under section 25, 1BA, 26, 27 of Arms Act and section 17 of CLA Act. My name has surfaced on confessional statement of co-accused Kublal Murmu and Bhaigrath Mathur. And there is no recovery from my possession.
There's a cross-firing.
My lord.
Between the police and the extremists.
Demand him to answer also.
What is the antecedent? What is the antecedent of this petitioner?
Lord, I have not stated in my petition.
Yes, condemned we.
Sorry.
Charge has already come, Lord.
The counsel for the petitioner submits the name with the FIR and his name transferred from the confessional statement of the co-accused. So he submits that there is no direct allegation against the petitioner. Next para. This is a case where there was a firing and counter-firing by the police personnel and the extremists. Full stop. Several bullets were recovered from the place of occurrence. Full stop. Next para. From the impugned order, I find that the case that the petitioner was an absconder. All the processes were exhausted. All the processes under the CRPC were exhausted, and thereafter, the petitioner was declared an absconder. Full stop. Considering the fact that the petitioner was an absconder, I am not inclined to grant bail to the petitioner. I direct the trial court to conclude the trial in a time-bound manner after informing the prosecution to produce the witnesses. Full stop. The state will produce the witnesses before the trial court. Dismissed.
Charge has been sent on 31/8/2021. Lord, till today, no witnesses has been examined.
Qualify witnesses, preferably on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
Serial number 43, DL number 16495 of 21, Mr. Abhishek Singh.
Your Lordship, I am appearing this matter. Your Lordship, certain defect in is there, Your Lordship. There is scan wakalatnama which can be ignored, Your Lordship. And Lordship, and there is a discrepancy in the name of the petitioner, Your Lordship. But the alias name of the petitioner is correct in every in petition also and in order copy, Your Lordship.
Call for the case diary and the statement recorded under 164 CRPC of the victim girl. Stop. The state will also inform whether the petitioner is involved in any other criminal cases or not.
My lord.
Your Lordship, scan wakatlama can be ignored, Your Lordship.
Defects ignored.
Obliged, Lordship.
Under the heading fresh filing, serial number 44, DA number 16452 of 21, Mr. Aravindra Kumar.
My lord, I am appearing for the petitioner. It is a magistrate tribal case, my lord, civil dispute. Charge sheet has been filed under 406 and 420 IPC. Lord, I am in custody since 27/2021.
What is the allegation?
Allegation, my lord, that this informant had entered into an agreement for purchase of a flat and the construction could not be completed. I did not hand over the flat, neither could I refund the amount. This is the allegation in nutshell, my lord. And the basic my lord, reason behind it is one of the landowners revoked the power of attorney, for which I have filed a suit for specific performance before the court below also. Now, my lord, admitted position is that the informant has paid me 24 lakhs and odd. But my lord, it is a pure civil nature of dispute. It is not there is no intention to, my lord, cheat or commit fraud. Since the power of attorney was revoked, I had no other way out, my lord. I had to file a civil suit before the court below, which is pending as on date, my lord. 16 crores. So the valuation report of my construction as on date is approximately 16 crores. Two my lord, basement and 7 floors. The structure is erected. Half of the building is plastered, but because of the, my lord, mischief of the landowners, I am in jail.
Complaint or FIR?
FIR, my lord. And my lord, may see the FIR, there is no whisper of any, my lord, criminality on my part. Simply stated that I did not hand over the flat and did not refund the amount. In fact, the, my lord, informant says at one paragraph कि अभी तक construction पूरा नहीं किया है. My lord, page 20 of the petition.
Heard the counsel for the state. The petitioner is an accused for allegedly committing an offence under section so and so. Next, for the counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner is a builder, and the allegation against the petitioner, as leveled by the informant, is that the petitioner neither constructed the building nor refunded the money which he had taken from the informant. First up, he submits that the aforesaid allegation is absolutely false, as the structure of the building has already been constructed and the work was going on, but as one of the landowner created hindrance and cancelled the power of attorney, his entire project came to a standstill. We published that a title suit has also been filed and is pending for the self-same building, for the self-same area by this petitioner, which has been numbered as OS within bracket title suit 312 of 2020 and is pending before the Civil Judge Senior Division Ranchi. Subject 1 Ranchi. He submits that the dispute is absolutely civil in nature without any criminality. Full stop. Next paragraph. APP opposes the prayer and submits that the petitioner neither handed over the flats to the informants nor refunded the money. Full stop. Considering the fact that a title suit is pending and the petitioner has remained in custody from
20/7/2021 27/2021
7/2021 and charge sheet has already been filed.
My lord, under 406 and 420.
Under 406 and 420 of the Indian Penal Code, I am inclined to release the petitioner.
Obliged, my lord.
As petitioner, as no useful purpose will be served to keep in custody, and this is also not a case where custody trial is necessary. Custodial trial is necessary. Yes.
Serial number 45, DA number 16457 of 21, Mr. Sushant Kumar Sinha, for the petitioner.
May I please, Lordship? I am appearing on behalf of petitioner, Lordship. Under section 147, 148, 149, 342, 307, 387, 427 IPC, Lordship, and section 4 of Prevention of Damage to Property, Public Property Act, and 27 Arms Act, and 17(1) to CLA Act, Lordship.
Is your antecedent?
Yes, Lordship. Two criminal antecedent, Lordship, is indicating in Lordship.
Yes, Daddy.
Impugn.
Yes, Daddy.
Page 26.
State will file an affidavit stating the nature of criminal cases which is pending against the petitioner and the status of those cases.
In this case, Lordship, two co-accused have been granted by Lordship.
Serial number 46, DA number 16475 of 21, Mr. Mukesh Kumar.
May I please?
Mr. Azmuddin for the state, Mr. Lal Vikram Nath Sadeo, Mr. Shumakar Mishra, Mr. Mohammad Mustaja for the
Section 341, 323, 325, 307, 504, 506 IPC. And after 1 month of the occurrence, the victim died. Then the charge sheet has been submitted under Section 302 IPC. Will you kindly see in view of the allegation at page 15, my lord. The victim and the petitioner were worshipping at the temple. Petitioner was with his family, with his wife and children.
Read the FIR.
Yes, my lord. विषय मेरे चाचा के ऊपर जानलेवा हमला होने के संबंध में है। निवेदन पूर्वक कहना है कि आज सुबह 10 बजे के करीब मेरे चाचा जितेंद्र नाथ झा, पिता स्वर्गीय कृष्ण प्रसाद झा, ग्राम एंड पोस्ट खमार बिंदी, श्रीमंतनाथ झा, दिस पिटिशनर, पिता स्वर्गीय फणिभूषण झा, ग्राम पोस्ट खमार बिंदी द्वारा मेरे चाचा के ऊपर जान लेने की नियत से हमला कर दिया गया। मंदिर में नारियल तोड़ने के लिए जो पत्थर रखा हुआ था, उसी पत्थर से पीछे तरफ से सर पर कई वार किया। फिर मंदिर में रखे पेवर ब्लॉक की ईंट के सर वजह से मेरे चाचा मंदिर में जब अंतिम पर गिर गए तब बासुकीनाथ झा द्वारा पत्थर ईंट से छाती पर वार किया गया। फिर चाचा की छाती पर चढ़कर मंदिर में रखे त्रिशूल द्वारा मेरे चाचा के सर पर दोबारा वार किया गया। इसी दौरान बासुकीनाथ झा की पत्नी आशा देवी जो मंदिर में ही मौजूद थी, वो जोर-जोर से चिल्लाने लगी। चिल्लाने की आवाज सुनकर जब मैं मंदिर पहुंचा तो देखा कि मेरे चाचा जमीन पर अचेत अवस्था में गिरे हुए हैं और उनके सर, नाक और मुंह से बहुत खून निकल रहा है। जब मैं चाचा को मंदिर से निकालने की कोशिश करने लगा तो बासुकीनाथ झा द्वारा मुझ पर भी त्रिशूल और पत्थर से वार करने की कोशिश की गई। तब तक मंदिर में होला की आवाज सुनकर कुछ गांव वाले भी मंदिर पहुंच गए थे। फिर गांव वालों के सहयोग से मैं चाचा को लेकर सदर अस्पताल बोकारो गया, जहां डॉक्टरों के द्वारा उनका सीटी स्कैन कराने को कहा गया। फिर सेक्टर 4 में सीटी स्कैन करा के वापस सदर अस्पताल पहुंचा तो डॉक्टरों द्वारा कहा गया कि आपके चाचा की स्थिति अत्यंत ही चिंताजनक है। खोपड़ी की
Yes. What is your argument?
Yes, my lord. My lord, at the temple, this petitioner along with his wife and children were present there. It has come in during the investigation. There was a minor scuffle. In that scuffle, the victim fell on the ground and his head collided with the stones there, my lord. There is no motive or intention. In the broad daylight at 10 a.m. morning, my lord.
Yes.
This informant, Asa Devi is the wife of the petitioner. She raised halla. Then people assembled that both are fighting.
Heard the counsel for the petitioner, heard the counsel for the state. The petitioner is an accused for allegedly committing an offence under section so and so. After going through the FIR and the impugned order, I find that there is a direct allegation against the petitioner of committing murder, assaulting the deceased with stone blocks.
Brick.
Full stop. He also attacked the deceased with a trident, which was kept in the temple. Full stop. The deceased later on expired. Full stop. Considering the nature of allegation which is direct against the petitioner and the overt act which is direct against the petitioner, I am not inclined to release the petitioner on bail. It's rejected.
47, DA number 16479 of 21, Mr. Hemant Kumar, Shikawat, Mr. Shaurya, Ms. Priyanka, for the petitioner.
May I please, Malaj?
Yes.
Malaj 395, 397 IPC. 300 kgs of molten brass was recovered from my shop. I am a shopkeeper, my lords.
Where did it come?
I was not aware that it was stolen. The FIR says that, my lords, 5 people were apprehended in a Scorpio vehicle which had 1.2 tons of brass. I have purchased 300 kgs of that brass, which was recovered from my shop.
You were in custody since?
My lords, I am in custody since 26/9/21.
Yes.
Yes, Lordship, his confession is there that he has purchased the looted brass and also the recovery from his own premises, his shop, Lordship.
1 quintal of brass was looted. It is alleged, there's an allegation that these 300 kgs were sold to this petitioner, and the petitioner, full stop, the petitioner knowing fully well, it is alleged that knowing fully well that this material was stolen, the petitioner purchased the same. Full stop. There was a recovery from the possession of this petitioner, who happens to be the shopkeeper. Next, for a counsel, the petitioner submits that he was not aware that these materials were stolen. Full stop. He submits that the petitioner is in custody since
26/9/21.
26/9/21. Charge sheet.
No instruction, Lordship. No instruction regarding charge.
26/9, so he's in custody.
Counsel for the petition, it has been submitted. The charge sheet has also been submitted in this case. Full stop. Considering the period of custody and the fact that charge sheet has been submitted, and the fact that the petitioner, then the allegation is that petitioner has only purchased an alleged stolen product, I am inclined to release the petitioner on bail.
Obliged, my lords.
Serial number 48, DA number 16496 of 21,
Allegation is under section 379, 411 and 461 of the IPC, my lord.
What have you stolen? Motorcycle?
No, 18 batteries. I have not stolen, man.
Yes. Yesterday, bail was granted to co-accused. It is
co-accused by
it is alleged that batteries from BSNL tower was stolen. Full stop. The petitioner is not named in the FIR, and one of the co-accused has been granted bail in BA number.
One of the BA number is BA number 16034-2021.
034 of
16034 of 2021.
Of 21. Considering the aforesaid fact, I am inclined to release the petitioner on bail, 10,000 to securities.
No problem.
Ready for admission, serial number 49, DA number 12149 of 21.
As Lordship, I am appearing for the petitioner. Although FIR was registered under section 302-201, public 34 of the IPC, but charge has been framed under section 306 that has been annexed, Lordship, as page number 14. Allegation is that, Lordship, one lady marriage was solemnized with this petitioner in the year 2007. But
Case
case diary was called for. Case diary was called for, Lordship. Later on, Lordship, she committed suicide. With three daughters, Lordship, 3 daughters.
With 3 daughters, you have committed suicide. So was the
Yes.
torture.
It was not torture, Lordship. Actually, as per FIR, Lordship, the husband was addicted to drugs, Lordship, habitual in drinking. कहता है कि वो दारू पीता था, खर्चा नहीं दे पा रहा था, उसी सब के चलते जो केस डायरी में इन्वेस्टिगेशन में आया हुआ है हुजूर, इसके अलावा कुछ भी नहीं है.
You are the husband?
Yes, Lordship. 3 बच्चे हैं हुजूर, 2007 में ही शादी हुई है.
Women in custody. The petitioner is the husband.
Lordship, kindly consider, Lordship, I am not a responsible, Lordship. ये मात्र एलिगेशन ये है हुजूर, मेरी बात सुन लिया जाए हुजूर. एलिगेशन मात्र चार्ज फ्रेम में ही देख लिया जाए और डायरी में भी देख लिया जाए कि ये है कि ये शराब पीता था. मात्र इतना ही एलिगेशन है और उसके चलते वो जो है वो सुसाइड की है. कोई एबेटमेंट इसके अलावा कहीं पर और कुछ भी नहीं है इसके खिलाफ में. वो खुद सुसाइड की है कुएं में जाके, सो भी बहुत दूर जाके हुजूर. और काइंडली डायरी में देखा जाए हुजूर, ये है कि गाड़ी से जा रही थी, वहाँ पर उसको रोका भी गया तो वो बोलती है कि आपको जो है भाड़ा से अपना मतलब है, भाड़ा लीजिए, हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं, आपको क्या मतलब है. और वो करके फिर वो जा करके वो चले गए. कोई इंजरी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, कोई झगड़ा भी नहीं हुआ था. मात्र इतना ही है कि उसका हस्बैंड शराब पीता था, बस. इसके अलावा कुछ भी नहीं. शादी 2007 में हुई है हुजूर. 3 बच्चे भी हैं.
And it is alleged that this the victim, the deceased, who is the wife, along with her 3 daughters, have committed suicide by jumping in the well. Next paragraph. Counsel for the petitioner submits that there is no material to conclude that the petitioner has abated the committed suicide. If you further submits that the marriage had taken place in 2007, and as the informant was, and as the husband of the deceased was drug addicted and was an addicted person, this petitioner committed suicide. His wife committed suicide. He submits that this fact cannot lead to a conclusion that the petitioner abated in commission of suicide. Next para. After hearing the parties and after going through the record and after going through the impugned order, I find that the wife of this petitioner committed suicide along with 3 minor daughters. So from the impugned order, I find that the deceased was being tortured as she was delivering girl child only. Full stop. Considering the nature of allegation and the fact that the deceased committed suicide by jumping in the well along with 3 minor daughters, I am not inclined to grant bail to the petitioner at this stage. The same is rejected. The trial court is directed to record the evidence of the witnesses and conclude the trial at the earliest.
Number 50, DA number 165317 Mr. Rahul Pandey. Order Mr. Pradeep Kumar Verma, Mr. B.S. Sahai.
My lord, in this case, diary was called.
Yes.
Lordship, in the case diary, there are 4 witnesses have been examined, Lordship, by the police, but none of the witness is an eyewitness, Lordship. There is no ocular evidence against him. Where the evidence against this petitioner, Lordship, is at the para number 20, Lordship.
Yes.
Para number 20.
What is the allegation?
Allegation, Lordship, against this petitioner is that this petitioner and the deceased were in love affair, and it is suspected by the informant that he has killed his daughter, Lordship.
His daughter.
Only evidence against me is that, Lordship, at para 20, घटना के दिन प्रयुक्त हुए मोबाइल नंबर सो एंड सो का IMEI तथा आरोपी समल किशोर महतो के मोबाइल नंबर सो एंड सो का IMEI दोनों समान पाया गया, जो कि ये है। घटना के दिन आरोपी द्वारा प्रयुक्त किए गए मोबाइल का टावर लोकेशन घटना स्थल के आसपास पाया गया। देयर आफ्टर, लॉर्डशिप, पैरा नंबर 35, डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ द पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट, चिकित्सक द्वारा पानी में डूबने से मृत्यु होना बताया गया। कुएं में हजूर मिली थी डेड बॉडी, डिसीज्ड के घर के पास ही के कुएं में मिली थी डेड बॉडी। And I am saying that, Lordship, it is an honor killing.
Charge is submitted, Lordship.
Lordship, charge sheet has been submitted, case has been committed, Lordship.
The petitioner is an accused for allegedly committing an offence under section so and so. There is an allegation that the petitioner has committed murder of the daughter of the informant.
Daughter of the informant.
Daughter of the informant. Full stop. After hearing the parties, I have gone through the case diary. From the case diary, it is apparent that there is no eyewitness to the said occurrence. All the witnesses merely stated that they have an apprehension that the petitioner might have committed the murder, may have committed the murder. Full stop. Considering the aforesaid fact which transpires from the case diary, and there is only suspicion casted against this petitioner, upon this petitioner, I am inclined to release this petitioner on bail, 10,000 to sureties.
Very much obliged.
All right.
Call.
The passover matter, serial number 9, DA number 16447 of 21.
Yes, my lords.
Yes.
Instruction, my lord. Charge has already been framed, but till date, not a single witness has been examined, my lords. Case of 392, my lords. No TIP has been conducted.
The petitioner is an accused for allegedly committing an offence under section 392. Full stop. He is not named in the FIR. After going through the and hearing the submission. FIR. Nothing has been recovered from the position of this petitioner.
Yes, my lords. No recovery is there.
Nothing has been recovered from the position of this petitioner, and
no TIP has been conducted, my lords.
And the concept of the petitioner's submission is that no TIP has been conducted. Full stop. He submits the charge has also been framed in this case, but not a single witness has been examined. Considering the fact that charge has been framed and the petitioner has not been put on TIP and nothing has been recovered and he is in custody since
22 2020, my lords.
22.
Yes, 20th, my lords. 20th February 2020, my lords.
20th February
2020, my lords.
2020. I am inclined. This is Shahadat Ansari. Mr. Rahul.
My lords.
Shahadat Ansari.
Very sorry, my lords.
Shahadat Ansari.
Yes, yes.
The petitioner be released. 10,000 to sureties.
My lords.
Yes.